Hello, people of God. This is my Jacob's Way TV, and I'm Dupi Dupi Singer. This is episode 90. Episode 90. In episode 89, I told you the story of how Kingsley, the lawyer, met his friend from the University of Lagos on the streets, and I had mentioned there that there was a time that I had to slap Kingsley about 10, 15 times. I said I couldn't remember what he did. And he said to me, Madam, I cannot be violent with you because you have been very kind to me. And I had mentioned in the past, one of my past videos, that there was also an occasion where I slapped Timothy about 30 times. I also said I cannot remember what he did wrong. I want to explain that to you. Is it right for me to slap the people of God? Hmm. Don't forget that I was also on a journey of training. It wasn't as if I had found a textbook telling me on how to go one by one before the Lord called me to be on this journey. And it wasn't as if I was perfect myself. I wasn't perfect by any standard. I also had my own issues that the Lord also needed to deal with. But I must tell you that this ministry needs somebody who is firm and who can be a disciplinarian. Um, my elder sister that has gone to be with the Lord, who I am sure is resting with the Lord now. That is my joy. She passed on just around 1 year ago. Was very hard on me. Mrs. Grace Olufumilayo Afolayan. She used to be very hard on me whenever she heard that I was so angry with the boys and I lifted up my hands against them. And she thought that that could not be the way of the Lord. We used to almost quarrel on it. The Lord was also using that to teach me, to mature me. But at the same time, the ministry I run is not a one for somebody who does not understand discipline and who does not know his or her God and who is not grounded and planted. Because I must tell you, if I wasn't planted and grounded, these boys would have uprooted me. They came with their own sets of beliefs, their own set of behavior, behavioral patterns. They came with their own set of um, secret cults behavior. I never met them doing voodoo, but they want to swear to oaths and such things. And they had come to meet me in ministry, hardened people, people who were self-opinionated themselves and who had this impression that they must always lead wherever they find themselves. I had to sit them down one day and told all of them that because you are Timothy and the leader of your many gangs does not make you a leader in the church. It doesn't make you a leader in the church. It doesn't mean that you come to church and then you become the commander just like that because you have been a commander of armed robbers before. They actually believed that they were going to take a cue of how important they had been in their gangs, even in the church. It doesn't work like that. With God, if the queue is as long as from Lagos to Maiduguri, you have to go and take the queue in Maiduguri to get to Lagos. They have to come one by one. It don't come from the background of darkness and come to light, and then you use that same background of darkness to be the leader in light. No. It took me a while to let them know that it doesn't work the way they they had wanted it to be. And I thank God for my own background. I come from a highly disciplined home, a Christian home. In fact, in my family, we pride ourselves for being very disciplined people. And I pray that till Jesus will come, we will remain disciplined people. I needed, it's almost like this. Let me explain like this. A 14-year-old child that finds himself or herself in primary one, would you say because the person is 14 years old, the person should not read ABC or should not read 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. You should start from 75. No, you still have to start. If you are starting, you have to start afresh. Some of them should have been disciplined when they were younger, but they got spoiled one way or the other. Uche was the last born of 4 children of a second mother, of a second wife of in the family, and his father was wealthy. He was spoiled. He was spoiled. But the boy that should have been slapped a couple of times, or his buttocks should have been beaten a couple of times when he was a child, who became an adult without being beaten. I tell you, there must be reasons for an adult that has come in contact with such a person now to say, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" And haven't been in such hard conditions that they have been, the person that is reorientating them must be firm. I remember that when Paul came, Paul kept telling me he had never seen this level of discipline before. It was hard on him. It was quite hard on him. But he was convinced that if he could subject himself to that discipline, that his life would be better. I once had a revelation as if the Lord was telling me that it was okay. I had a revelation that in a dream, I was telling somebody that I had learned by heart Joshua 1 verse 8. By age 8, this book of the law must not depart from your hands. You must meditate in it day in and night. I was telling the person in the dream that my auntie had made me to learn that verse by heart. By age 8, I lived with Mama UI, Mama Fabian Bolanli. Fondly called her Mama UI. And Mama, my mother's sister, my auntie. Mama was my auntie, or is my auntie. She's still my auntie. Even though she's gone, she was my auntie. My mother's senior sister brought me up partly, and she brought me up with the way of the Lord. Mama was a disciplinarian. My mother was a disciplinarian. I was telling that person in the dream that the Lord purposely made me come from that kind of a family background so I could teach the guys that the Lord had put in my hands now that were seemingly without discipline. But at the same time, the Lord was dealing with my own immaturity. And as they were growing in the Lord, I was also growing. It got too good one day that Paul, having become a lawyer now out of our regular system, he came to church And he said to me, Mommy, how come you indulge these boys like this? Paul was saying to me, Mommy, you didn't bring me up like this. Remember the story of Paul? Paul said, Mommy, you didn't bring me up like this. You brought me up with very strong hands. There was a day I carried the chair in church, plastic chair. I threw it at Paul, and the chair broke into pieces. I was being hard on him because I wanted him to see something I had never seen before. And to today, I give God the glory. But even though Paul might not have attained perfection, like I cannot say I've attained perfection, but he has improved a lot. You see now today, I'm not slapping anybody again. In fact, that day, Paul was the one that was willing to discipline the people for me in church that day. And I come to church many times after, and he will tell some people, is it because you have met mommy like this? Mommy did not bring me up. Mommy will have slapped you. And then he will tell the person, get out of that place. Get out. He will stand up for me. I got better, and the guys got better. That is the path of a just man. Keeps shining brighter and brighter every day. That is my story. That is my song. This is my Jacob's Way TV and Dupi Dupi Singer. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, and learn. And may your own path continually become better and brighter until the perfect day. In Jesus' mighty name. Bye bye.